我が敵を食らう。
Autism is a special background trait that you can select while creating your character to play outside. In the current expansion, the trait is limited to the human subclass and completely modifies your gameplay experience. Do keep in mind that once you lock in, there is no option to backtrack, and unlike the ADHD trait, there are not really any consumables available to fully block off all the debuffs you get from this. You have no choice but to change your playstyle to fit this trait. Today, we'll be diving into the features of this trait, the specials you gain access from it, and discuss some playstyles to min-max your character around this trait. The main reason a lot of players would want to spec into this trait is due to the special ability that you gain access to, called the flow state. Flow state is an ability that you can activate while doing quest lines that are marked as potential special interest. This allows your character to completely ignore your hunger, thirst, sleep, and bladder meters while completing the quest, and also gives you 300% XP rewards. This means that you can max out skills such as engineering, science, or hacking while still in the tutorial phase. When the ability is active, your perception stat drops to 0 for any interactions that are not part of the questline, meaning you'd be blind to random world events and NPC interactions. Another major gameplay boost you receive from this is an ability called BrainGPT. This ability allows you to see patterns inherently on your HUD, allowing you to auto-complete puzzle sections of the game, which most players normally spend a lot of time doing. Your HUD navigates you to the most direct solution to any problem that does not involve NPC interactions. You also gain an increased detection radius that allows you to identify any traps, chests, or hostile NPCs from twice as far as compared to other human players, even if they're hidden. You also gain access to a downright broken mechanic that allows you to straight up skip puzzles by using the menu. Speccing into the autism trait adds a new gameplay mechanic to your playthrough. You have a new meter to watch out for called the sensory meter. This meter fills up steadily when you're in areas with high NPC density, bright lights, or loud noises. When the meter fills to max, your character will enter the sensory overload status. This status instantly maxes your cortisol meter, passively draining your stamina and HP. Trying to maintain eye contact with NPCs during interactions fills up this meter twice as fast. You will have to go to a secluded corner of the map as soon as possible to remove the sensory overload status. If you fail to do so, your character may trigger the Meltdown event. This would cause you to lose the ability to control your character, and your character will start to display randomized emotes for the next 20 or 30 minutes, unless an NPC intervenes and calms down your character. During the Meltdown event, your character would most likely display either the crying, shouting, or the stimming emote. Sometimes your character could also throw objects around, causing NPCs to turn hostile. NPCs normally tend to react with either confusion or alert, which passively reduces your reputation with that faction. Furthermore, once the event has completed, your cortisol bar defaults to 50% and you have increased stamina consumption until you long rest. It's normally best to move to a quiet corner in the map if you notice your sensory bar getting close to maxing out. The stim emote is a special type of emote that you only gain access to with the autism trait. For most human players, emotes are not functional and are only usable to flex on other human players. Performing the stim emote freezes the HP drain from the sensory overload status and starts to slowly recharge your stamina. Performing the stim emote in a quiet corner of the map is the best way to reset your sensory meter. The best part of your gameplay experience with the autism trait would be the myriad of new dialogue options that you receive during NPC interactions. This comes with a trade-off though, because most human players have tones marked when they are picking a dialogue option, things like rude, nice, sarcastic, etc. With the autism trait, you don't get these markers, so you're very likely to accidentally pick a rude or a sarcastic dialogue option, which reduces your reputation with NPCs and factions. With this trait, your overall reputation gain is also reduced by 25%. This makes it much harder for you to build relationships with NPCs. You will be able to easily destroy high-level bosses like Millennia, but the mating side quest would feel impossible. Autism also slightly tweaks the rest mechanism in the game. You won't get the well-rested perk while sleeping in any bed like most other human players, and will have to sleep in your own bed. However, you can gain the well-rested perk if you sleep on the same bed more than 3 times in a row as if it was your own bed. So, is the autism trait worth speccing into? Unlike the ADHD trait, I'd argue that the autism trait has a slightly lower skill floor, making it easier for newer players to engage with. However, I would still argue that it makes the outside experience significantly harder. It is great if you're looking for a challenge and are okay with constantly modifying your playstyle to fit the trait. The flow state ability is a major game changer which can allow you to reach high mastery levels in a skill of your choice, like hacking, well before level 18 if you min-max your skill points wisely. This can allow you to establish a niche career in domains such as academia, cybersecurity, or game design. Combined with the BrainGPT ability, you'll be able to ace through the early game and the education quest line if you appropriately level your intelligence as you gain XP. The sensory mechanic, however, though, can be a bit too difficult for new players to understand and play around. You really don't want to trigger a meltdown event in areas with high NPC densities because you will lose a lot of faction reputation and can be vulnerable to attacks from hostile NPCs. But if you are willing to work around this mechanic and min-max your build, and can accept a solo playstyle, you can become absolutely broken with this trait. I hope the video helped you understand how autism works, and hope you can make an informed decision during your next playthrough. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.